Hey there, YouTube Landia. Steve's Hobbies here. Wanted to talk about, I don't know, want to just talk about grading, like my thoughts on grading. I am not a huge dollar investor wise in terms of grading cards, but just more kind of working this out in my own brain through a video, just so I can reflect on it later. But I've seen a lot of stuff happen lately, like SGC in the last couple of years was bought out by Collectors, aka PSA. I've read up on other grading companies in the past where it was a grader that was the primary person to help drive the grading company. They kind of go under, there's scandals, the slabs are basically kind of worthless. And then there's other ones that aren't really taking off. And it's just kind of put me in this ho-hum phase. So I'm just kind of, I guess, word salading my thoughts on grading. So what do I hate grading? No, I don't hate grading. I like grading. There are cards I will buy graded. Like this card, 1989, Ken Griffey Jr., Upper Deck, rookie card. I love this card. This is my best card in my collection. If I had other cards graded, there would be other cards that are worth more value to this if I had them graded. But I love this card. This is my grail card from a kid. This is the card I always wanted as a child. And what I was able to do, this was kind of a deal with a friend. The contents of the deal will be unnamed for another later. I'm never going to talk about that. It was a pretty cool deal though. But I like this card and it's a 6. I don't care. I love this card. This is a card I've always wanted in my collection since I started opening baseball cards as a little kid back in, was it 89, opening my first packs of cards, and just I would see this and it'd be kind of the holy grail. Upper Deck packs were super expensive for, how old was I? 12, 13 years old at the time. And I've got this now as a grown-up. Love this card, but I didn't want it raw. I wanted it in a kind of a safe quality. And that's kind of what I see for grading. It's kind of you want to keep the value of the card. You want to keep the pristine quality of the card, or you want to get something in a certain grade that keeps it in good condition. And PSA, I mean, they're essentially the leaders in the industry right now. You go back several years, big players were also Beckett, which has kind of fallen to the wayside. But yeah, it's primarily PSA, and then Collectors is kind of, I don't know, they're going to disappear eventually into something else, but not in the current form they were a couple years ago. I don't know how that's going to turn out, but it's just another company that good things, but didn't wind up. But kind of going back to this, having a slab is something that's nice to have to kind of memorialize the card, making sure that your favorite cards don't get damaged. So it would be the more quality cards that I'd want to keep to have in good slabs like this. Another one, like SGC right here, Eddie Murray rookie card. I love this card. I mean, this card is great. I was shaking when I was able to get the deal on this card. This card is a card I was hunting for years. And the thing that's tough is that when you're trying to get the card raw, with the older cards, it's usually lower quality, or if you're paying a premium. And with this right here, the corners are fine. It's a great looking card. I mean, you really gotta look at it to understand why it's a 4. For me, for my viewing pleasure, I mean, this is a great card. I'm not a grader. This is awesome. So, but this was a right time, right price for me. So it was something where I got the card. I think I paid like $12 or $14 for the card, which was a steal. Nobody bid on it. So I got a deal on the card. Awesome card. And are other cards that I have, am I going to grade those? Probably not. Probably not. But this is kind of that ideal card that I wanted to get memorialized into the slab. Other cards I have, like I do the Topps Gold Run on a lot of my cards. One of the more recent cards I have is the 24, okay, so this is 2024 Jose Ramirez Gold. And great card. Like a lot of modern cards are going to be 9s or 10s. Am I going to grade them right now? No way, Jose. Pun intended. No way, Jose. But I mean, in all seriousness, it's like I'm collecting these gold cards, but I'm not selling them. And like Jose Ramirez is still active in his career. And I'm collecting his cards because I think he's doing a great job. And I think he will eventually be a good candidate for the Hall. So when he's retired and I feel like I'm in a comfortable spot, maybe I'll look at grading these. Because at that time, this card, I think, in my opinion, would be something I'd want to have graded to memorialize it. Like I'm doing gold runs for a lot of players. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman. I haven't completed their runs yet, but those guys are pretty sure shots for Hall of Fame. And I have most of their cards in raw in gold. And I really enjoy those cards to get them out and look at them. They're awesome cards. Do I want to get them graded? Yeah. No. It's not something I'd want to do till later in life. One, because like I always say I'm going to grade and I never do. I've been back in the hobby for about 2 or 3 years. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go grade this. I have not submitted a card for grading. That's not to say I won't in the future. That's not to say I won't buy slabs, because obviously I do buy slabs, but I just don't see the cost benefit right now, especially with the active players I collect. Like this card right here, it was a couple bucks. The grading fee for this is going to be $25, $18 to $25, because I'm not going to sign up for the $100 membership. I don't have that much money to put into baseball cards to begin with. I'm not going to pay some other institute $100 a year for the privilege of paying a little bit less than a whole lot. But I mean, so I don't do PSA membership. $25 to grade this card. Yeah, I could go to a local card shop and it'd be a little bit less. So $20, let's just say $20. If this came back at a 7 or an 8, is it worth the grading fee? I've already put $2 into the card. I've put probably $3 or $4 into shipping the card. I've put another $20 into the grading services. Is it worth it for me to send this stuff? Like, I have no illusions that the cards I get are 10s. To be honest, an 8 is perfect. I see a little bit of white fuzz. Like this is probably an 8. It came out of the pack and it's got, let me put these down real quick. It's got like a little dink right there. Let me see if I can, yeah, a little white fuzz right there. That's gonna make this card like an 8. And do I want to put $25 into a card I paid $20 or $2 for it to be worth $18? No. Now, down the road, let's say Mr. Ramirez here retires, Hall of Fame eligible, gets voted into the Hall, then yeah, I'll look at like who's the newest grading company right now. Did PSA blow up and go away because PSA Gate happened? Did CGC become the new greatest thing? So at that time, I would look at grading these cards and just kind of seeing where I want to go from there. But it's more just kind of a cost barrier for me. Plus, from what I've heard, they're getting a lot more restrictive on how they grade. So getting even more kind of fine tuning more. It's going to be close to impossible to get a 10 now. So it's like, I will probably grade. I won't say I will never grade. I am saying that I'm not grading now. It's just the cost benefit's not there. And plus, I send 10 cards out to get graded. 10, 20, so it's $200 plus $30 to ship the box. I'm $200 plus whatever I have to pay to ship it back. What, $250 to get 10 cards graded? That's $250 I could put back into the hobby. I don't have to pay PSA $250 to know I have a good card. Now, down the road, I'm repeating myself, down the road, yeah, I mean, it might make sense to get my Mookie Betts cards graded. And it's more of a thing to memorialize it. It's more of a thing to have it in more of a condition to where I can have it later in life. I don't need to do it right now. I'm not in any rush. I'm not selling my cards. I'm not going anywhere. I mean, if I kick, whatever's in my will, it says, wife, please grade the cards. You'll make more money off them than selling them. But right now, grading is not a thing for me. I don't flip. I don't sell. I buy. I collect. If I see a graded card, right price, right time, I've said that in a few of my videos, right price, right time, I will snatch up that card in that slab. But it's not something that I'm actively searching for. I am more actively searching for cards that are nice, that look nice. Like a lot of the vintage cards I'm getting. Let me see here. Do I have a vintage card behind me? Should have planned this better. Do I have any vintage cards behind? I don't have any vintage cards behind me at the moment. Oh, here I go. Here I go. So, showed this in an earlier video. This, I messed this up. I think this is the 1955 Bowman. This is a 1955 Bowman Coast Guard playing card. This card's great. For being a card from 55, I think it's wonderful condition. Will I get this graded? Yeah, probably in the future. And it's more of a keepsake. I have this card because my son is going into the Coast Guard. It's something for me to reflect. This would probably be something that I will grade in the future and then give to my son as a gift. Logan, if you're watching the video, skip through that. If you heard it, earmuffs. But this card, I will grade this card. Will I do it now? No, I'm just gonna have it on my desk. Look at it. I'm gonna have a kid on a boat for years or from weeks at a time for several years. I don't need to pay PSA to tell me I have a good card on my desk. But I'm starting to drone on a little bit, so I apologize for that. Just wanted to get my thoughts out. Now, saying all this stuff, I will probably have a different outlook on grading in a year. Probably won't. I don't see the benefit in paying somebody a lot of money to tell me that my card's a good card, especially when I'm not going to sell it. But I'm not poo-pooing graded cards. I like me a graded card, right price, right time. So with that, I'm kind of curious what everybody else has to say. I know I am super late in the game and doing my video on how my thoughts on collecting. I know Mr. Mangini does a ton of his own thoughts on grading. A lot of people have said their thoughts on grading, but more kind of curious, like, have people changed? Have people evolved in their mindsets on grading? Is it worth it for you? Just let me know in the little comment section at the bottom of the video, and be kind of curious to hear what everybody else has to say. So with that, I hope everyone has a great day. Go Dodgers and go Mariners.